make sure everything's working. But at this year, I was definitely missing them in some previous tournaments. You can see Carrillo dropping, getting looted up and ready to go here. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't impressed. I was like, this is a team that, sure, they got some interesting names. Quick in particular is looking like a very strong play on that lineup. I was a bit disappointed. But this is good because they had that learning experience just before PMMI 2026. So it seems like they've learned from that bad performance back at PMGO Season 1 in Jakarta, and they come out swinging on Game 1 of PMMI. You love to see that kind of evolution on the global stage.
Yes, the squad from the MENA region making it happen here off the rip. As we take a look here at some of the highlights from this one, great usage of utility coverage. I mean, these players, they've got Rondo locked down at this point here, Max.
Yep, it seemed like that's exactly what they got, looking at some of the replays of this game. Yeah, that push on BTR, I really thought they were just going to try and avoid that final play of Thunder Talk and prioritize a position in the zone instead. But no, they send it on that final player of Thunder Talk and actually get himself a bunch of extra points. So it was an aggressive play, but I don't hate it. Though what I do hate is not seeing an MG3 chicken dinner. It could have happened the best way.
Points on the board, Max. That's what I think the big difference is.
And the circle was being so kind to you because they were zoning teams away for the entirety of that match.
We are back. Let's get it going here as we are back in the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. We are getting ready for some Aaron Gale action, and we are on the plane. Let's get matched.
Number 2 started. Let's get right into the grassy pasture. So this plane, not too good. Going to be quite eastern right. Going to be stretching from Nova at night all over to Skald on the northeastern side of our angle. The small distance like Scott West. And might have a bit of a tougher time to make it to their main drop location. Especially looking at some of the squads. I might struggle a bit looking at like your Furious, your DRX, or KRX. I need to use the same KRX, Bigatron also, which will be interesting actually. We did join TMJ Season 1 and a lot of fight between the side of RQ and BTR, especially near Zaki. Zaki's going to stretch this time, but if we do get Zaki focused plane path at one point, I do wonder if we're going to see RQ versus BTR happen once again on the Macau stage. As plane is going to be having some teams like KRX, good.
Like, that trophy's mine! And so far, it's looking quite likely with this kind of gameplay we witnessed from good old Bigatron by Vitality. And you know what, actually, one thing that's interesting is because Vitality acquired Bigatron, Bigatron's points at PMWC are going to count towards Vitality from what I saw. So Vitality pulled the pickup of the year if this is the gameplay we get from BTR over at PMWC.
Hey, that'd be fun to watch for sure. Making the right decisions, and they definitely did this entire game here. Alula putting in some points on the board as well again. This school finish, though, this priority from LGD, a great decision for them to take school, but then just some little slip-ups at the end ended up punishing them.
Yeah, the moment they lose Mau Mau, all hell breaks loose, right? It's just RQ gives them a bit of confidence. They try and get the fight going their way, and they somewhat do because they put it down to just a solo player on LGD. So good synergy and timing at the start. It kind of fell apart.
You're going to be feeling really good.
No, it's just this
no,
game?
You're not. Just this game. Yeah, because the Quick has 1,400 damage, and he had 7. Welcome back, everybody, to the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational, and we are getting ready for match number 3. First Aaron Gale is done. Alula up on top so far with 35 points. Bigatron closing in on them with 29, though. A great performance from them. Who's going to be the next one to get a chicken dinner, Max? What do you think?
The boys on screen. It's Yangon Galacticos o'clock.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Bringing it bang from Myanmar. We'll see what they can do this time around. Why giggling?
bringing it down from last place. I thought you were going to say because right now they're
Well, no, I mean, technically it could when you add the teams of Group Yellow. So it could get below 16th. But no, I feel like Yangon Galacticos, they're going to pick it back up again. I want to see more aggression from this team. That's the one thing that I feel like has been lacking so far from this roster. But rotationally speaking, they are a gem, a diamond in the rough. And they've won PMWC in the past. You know what? Another global event is definitely in the cards for this Myanmar-based lineup. Alula, though, no, a lot of momentum. Looking so confident, especially after PMGO Season 1 that were a little bit disappointing. But here, putting the glasses on, locked in on the game. So excited to see if they can maintain that #1 position where literally the entire lobby Hotchix is just chasing them down.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, it's so crazy as I look at the bottom of the leaderboards, right? I mean, yeah, Yangon Galacticos, I would love to see a chicken dinner from them and just really just show how powerful this lobby is. Because you look at the bottom, you got Yangon Galacticos in last, right? But right above them, Magnum Caria, RRQ, KRX, Alpha 7, D plus Kia. Like, I mean, it's just this lobby is absolutely wild here. Anybody could definitely have a huge
comeback. And let's see if one of these is going to be able to do it as we get ready for match number 3. The plane is flying. Let's get into some more aerial action. Bit of a kinder plane compared to our first game. It was a very eastern center focus. This time it's going to be sending it from Zaki all over to Milta Power on the eastern coast. So, most teams will be able to make it to their drop location if you have to go for a bit of a stretch. On the Wrangle, what's quite a good strat is you send it to the west of Hospital on the highway. Just stretch right down to Pronos. If you want to go for a crossover bridge after, like maybe for the side of Aurora, they could go on the bridges, or they could go for a secondary drop opportunity, which is going to be Severny, which I've said this for, it feels like years now. Hotchix, where I was like, Aurora. Now, previously like APG, even when they were known as 4MB, they were just so adamant on always sending it to military base, and I hated it. I hated it so much. But now they're actually going for a secondary drop location, which is Severny, which is the complete opposite side of the map. I like this
time as well. Nice and early. We are now at that halfway point in the tournament as you see this early engagement here from the Wolves. Just taking it 1 second too long and getting punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, Necessary still had a sick clutch. He almost made it happen for an A, but then, yeah, Furia, the last player, did make it work out. And not only that, also there were some off angles from the back from D plus Kia and also Thundertalk that just didn't make it possible in the first place. And you know what? I do want to say, I feel like I was very critical this game on what was happening with the likes of Furia. And we know this team can do so many good things, right? And I was very harsh on their rotation, but because we know they have that potential to do so many good things in these games, I want to see a bit more dedication to the cause, because here, for example, waiting here for as long as they did really caused their demise. So, Furia, I feel like this is a good learning experience to just sometimes you just got to send it because the circle has a different plan in mind for you.
Yeah, Ayala, it just looked like Ayala saw that shack, was like, oh, I like that shack. I want it. And unfortunately, just not the right play. As we look here towards the end of the game, hey, by the way, you know, we see LGD super consistent right here, right? They're getting into those late games pretty frequently, and they're putting those points on the board there. But it is, again, D+.
Name, even if they don't get a win, it seems like Hotchix, he's just up there from Tiamba. Will be your lobby leader in terms of overall damage, 2,132.
Welcome back, everybody, as we go into the second half of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. All these top players from all over the world have gone to the beautiful city of Macau to compete in this insane tournament. And we'll see who is going to end up on top here for these two groups, as we are now facing, just a quick reminder, this is Group Red versus Group Green. And as we look at these different team names and looking at the top of the leaderboards, are you still feeling that Group Green is the group of Deathmax? What do you think?
Yes, I still believe they are the group of death. I mean, do you think it's another team after how things have gone so far?
I mean, it's honestly, it's pretty dang close, right? I mean, we got Bigatron in third place. You got
Furia,
Alula in second. Yeah. I mean,
Thundertalk?
so definitely, yeah. So we got a lot of the top squads from Group Green there. You know, it just so happens first place is from Group Red. That's LGD with a great game in this last one. But honestly, I think we're going to see some definite changes in leaderboards going into the second half. I mean, this lobby is so stacked, Max. It just looks like whoever gets that great position, they're going to win the game, and they're going to win the game big.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like these games are definitely going to try and build a lot of momentum for these players, for these teams. But yeah, Group Green is just looking insane. Bigatron's looking so decisive with their plays. Furia, sure. You know what? Again, I was very critical in the last play when they didn't send on to Thundertalk. But overall, if you look at the entirety of today, condensed into one sentence, it's pretty damn good. So very happy for them and the side of Brazil. And then Alula, just blowing out teams from the water in game 1, game 2 also a really strong finish thanks to Quick in particular. So I wonder if they can keep it high on the rankings for the entirety of MENA. And I'm seeing Silas yawning on screen, which not a good sign because they're also sleeping in game right now. I've seen Hot Jukes, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, they're in last place right now. I think he needs to diet back. You know what I'm saying? Mix things up here. Fortunately, not gonna be able to do that here in the second half of today. I think they could definitely push themselves up without a doubt. We know that all these squads definitely can. It's just you got to do it here sooner than later. I mean, this is the last Erangel we are going to be competing in today, and then we're going to be going into Miramar, Max.
They got to do something. I am waiting for it. Look at that. Putting their glasses on too. Locked in. No blue light for our eyes. No, no, no.
No, no.
Oh, no. Actually, looking at their position, how they're going to be dropping, they're going to go back to normally Rozok, right? That's their drop location every single day of the week. They love to go Rozok. It is their drop location for the past few years now. And it's dead center. Actually, this is going to be quite interesting to see in the future if we see maybe Orangutan re-qualify for global event.
Yeah.
Regnum Kara is playing because they dropped Rozok too. We saw last year they didn't clash, so I am just curious how that would happen because I'm always excited to see hot drops and how teams maneuver their way around it. So yeah, Orangutan versus the side of Regnum could be a thing. Maybe not, well, not at PMWC because Regnum's not there, so that's going to be easily going the way of Orangutan, but maybe at PMGC if they both qualify, that could be exciting, Hot Jukes.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can for sure. Hopefully we see, Regnum Kara step it up here because we're not going to see them, like you mentioned, in that World Cup. I mean, this is their chance, right, to put some money on the board because we're not going to see them for a hot minute possibly. So let's see what they could do here in the last Erangel of the day. And one thing I just definitely noticed is, like, yeah, these teams, you can see they got their papers there. With the last game, we didn't see a single player.
Until 15 minutes in, let's see if it's going to be the same here as we go into the final Erangel match, match 4. And we're going to see some serious, I already got a feeling if we take a look at this plane path, and it looks like it's going to be almost right down the middle here, Max. Yeah, this is the best plane so far today. It's going to be great for the teams. I do wonder if Aurora is going to go back to Savannah close up, but then they might want to go back to military base and therefore be able to stretch. But definitely a good plane for all of these guys. Rozok, easy drop to the side of Regnum Kara. And I'm going to say for them in particular, for years now, and I tell you if you agree or not, I feel like I've been looking at the Turkish powerhouse in PUBG Mobile. You've got so many big names, big players, big teams. But for the longest time, Regnum Kara has been like the bannermen for all of Turkey, representing them, it feels like every single global event. And I feel like now that the baton has been passed to us, the Asian Group Yellow playing tomorrow, they need to step up here because
entire squad, so their average elimination, damage must be through the bloody roof. As we have, here you go, our replays, our highlights of this game. Don't show me this 1v1. This
exactly.
Don't show me this is a terrible 1v1. I want to forget about it.
I want to forget about almost the first half of this entire match, man. I mean, we had so many players just taking so dang long to get into the circle. We had crazy 1v1s. Look at this here, Fudia as well. And then, oh man, Alpha 7 just not able to get into the zone at all.
I mean, this was just... Sorry, guys. I'm going back to harsh Maxman here, but... Terrible. Why are we seeing these ego fights happening? You got Aurora, Alpha 7, RQ, you even have D+ involved in that skirmish. When there are just other options, a wider rotate, maybe look for a hovercraft if there's any remaining. I believe most of them were already looted, like maybe even Regnum Kara, for example, that had a hovercraft very deep into this game. But yeah, sometimes it's just fine to give up on a fight. Even if you lose a play or two, just like, it's not worth it. Let's just leave and try and get some placement points, maybe a few extra eliminations here and there. It's way better than a 0-point game, which is what Alpha 7 kind of got this match this time around. As we go over the match rankings here, of course, S2G update. Guys, we know it's all the matches combined, okay? We are now aware.
But now it's just so dang balanced as we look at Quick with the most damage so far. Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for match number 5. We are on the plane. We are ready. Let's get it going here as we get ready for the last 2 matches of the day. Maxman, we're going into Miramar. What are your big expectations going into this one?
Oh, vamos! Yes. No, okay.
Vamos.
I just wanted to get that one through. No, going into this one, I think a lot of the audience is going to be focusing their attention onto S2G, right? Because especially after how it went down in PMGO Season 1. But actually, I feel like the reason why they won those Miramars is because the circle was very kind to them, just like this last game. So it's good to see that S2G, if they gifted a circle, right, they're going to get some strong results in terms of eliminations, placement points, maybe even a chicken dinner. They did it the last game. They did it in PMGO Season 1. I want to see them get a strong Miramar win, Hot Jukes, when the circle just hates them, just hates their guts, and he just keeps moving away from them on the complete opposite side of the map. That is what I want to see from S2G. If
I like that team contribution metric as well. So beautifully done for them, and again, right at the perfect time. Look at them; they had 10 points, 10 in the first 4 matches. This definitely kind of puts them in the running here. As this Miramar match early on, man, we saw a lot of players getting eliminated on rotation.
yeah,
This fight though.
Yeah, it's not Satoru Gojo anymore. It's Nopeko Gojo. Okay, that's what it is. But yeah, this fight, bit of a head scratcher for me, not going to lie. Especially, I do not understand why Cadillo, when pushing onto walls, he just tried to eliminate a player with the buggy. But as you saw, Hodrix, he just went in a straight line. That was the easiest shot. Even I would have hit that. You know,
Right.
If I would have hit it, you're probably doing something wrong. So Cadillo, I feel like just got a little bit overzealous, a little bit overconfident, and should have really thought better of it. So that was a bit cautious. As, yeah, this fight in particular, man, the P90 in the hands of Zyol, an absolute menace. That is a player that you do not want to give an air
it was
weapon.
the pen.
It was the pen.
It was 100% the pen. Oh my gosh.
This is why
That's
you loot
crazy.
the pan, guys. You might be saying it's useless. No, no, no. It can tank bullets if you use it right and show your
100%, but just way too much. I mean, losing that 4v2 against Zyol.
position. I need to see way more from this Myanmar-based team if they want to try and get up in.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. The final match for the first day of the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. It's Miramar, it's Group Red versus Group Green. Will these teams on the bottom clutch it up and rocket launch themselves on the leaderboards, or will those teams on the top continue to dominate? Let's find out. You can't see because they're on camera, but I got my hands together praying that Red and Kari will do something in this game. So I need it. I need Red to players up. Stop losing the player early. Like, come on. I'm sorry to say, but in my opinion, Silas is one of the best IGLs in the world, right? Been so consistent over the years, has won global titles, right? The man has done everything, right? And the fact that in P9 they haven't got a single placement point. Not even talking about the fighting power, that's just been just so lackluster today, but with one of the best IGLs, we have yet to see a single placement point.
Overall, we are seeing some more presence from Turkey here. So you know what, Ulf? Got to step up massively tomorrow if they want to try and show who's the boss from that region. As back to the highlights of this game, and yeah, the Alpha 7 fight versus Korea, just not really it, and especially Carrillo not playing, right? Replaced by, I think it was Nuth. What's happening on that side? I'm not sure, but it seems like there's some stuff in the back end that needs to be sorted out if you want to see Alpha 7 back in their OG fashion in PUBG Mobile Esports.
Yeah, well, we're going to see them tomorrow, folks. So tomorrow we're going to see Group Red going against Group Yellow. That'll be Group Red's last opportunity to get points on the board. The day after that, we'll see Group Green go against Group Yellow. And the squads in Group Red are just going to have to hope they did enough in the first 2 days to make it on into the finals. And I'll tell you one thing, yeah, Alpha 7 did not do enough today in day number 1. Regnum Karia, though, they were looked within 24 hours.
Yeah, and by the way, quite upsetting to see D plus Kia and RRQ Yala. QZZ just popping off with the ARs, the DMRs. This guy.
LGD, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm loving it right now. I'm loving the kind of disparity of players. And you saw it happening last game, right, with the man himself, Silas. The P90 can carry you to victory every once in a while if you use it right.
Well, let's take a look here at the highlights of the day. We saw some great plays coming out there from all of these squads. Starting off in Rondo, man. What a game, especially on the side of Alula with a great comeback. We saw so many comebacks today, if we really think about it, Max.
Yeah, I mean, really, so many big opportunities have been taken from these teams, and they ran with it. But I gotta say, one player that impressed me, maybe he's not on the graphics as often as some other players are, but Sunan really piqued my interest. I've seen some of his play, and I'm like, okay, Sunan really has some intriguing play styles. In some scenarios, you wouldn't think he would come out on top, but he does. He does make it happen. So Sunan, I'm going to pay very close attention to that player on his second day when his group plays. Because I've forgotten what group he is. I have to recheck. But no, Sunan definitely a big surprise to me. What about you, Hodrix? Which player would you say impressed you the most today?
Man, there's a lot of players. I like what I saw from Silence today from Furia. I think that he had some really, really good plays. I love what I saw from Claws as well, from Alula, especially after that game 1 finish. And honestly, it's so huge, I think, especially for Alula, considering that it was that first game. I think it gave them just that confidence they needed for the rest of the day, and it just carried over so well. So yeah, I mean, really clutch plays from them. And I mean, overall, we saw just excellent gameplay all day long.
You know what? Looking back at that replay when he had Necessary clutch up Furia, I wish Thunder Talk weren't there or didn't shoot back just to see if Necessary could have done a 1v4 onto Furia. That would be just so cool to witness. But unfortunately, they did go for the cheeky third party. Looking at the replays, this was the D+ chicken dinner earlier on today on the Wrangle. Good finish, right? I feel like there were definitely a few fumbles. Oh, no, we're not seeing this 1v1 again.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my goodness. That was not the play, Ayala. I know I think very highly of you, but that was just not it. He was not cooking.
This is the S2G win from that high ground that they had that really put them in the game here. Beautifully done from them. Yeah, that watch party. They must be popping off after that game. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that was the best game of today. I love how much of the game mechanics they used to make that high ground position work. And even when they were out of resources, they were actually able to find a way to find more resources third party in the fight. I think it was up north onto LGD, if I'm not mistaken, or there was one Chinese team. So yeah, really happy with S2G for me, giving me a glimmer of hope that they can do something on other maps but Miramar. So that was very exciting. And then this game that eventually did slip the way of RRQ. Would have been good to see a Furio win, but I feel like that P90 at the end, all you could see in that moment was huge. And then sitting, the pump, all the bullets sucked in by that pan.
Wow.
I'm struggling to catch up with the highlights because there's just so many intriguing moments happening back to back on that particular Miramar game. I would need a podcast to break it down because that was a crazy Miramar match. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy Miramar match indeed. What a great day of games that we saw today, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to see Group Red go against Group Yellow. I appreciate everybody for watching. You that mindset, that just, that instantaneous decisiveness, you know, and hope.
Because they got a 9-point gap between 5th and 6th place.